so you're just now coming back from the what, Haiti Morocco game?
Yeah, I was in Atlanta over the last 2 days because I flew in the day before the game and went to the game and came home early this morning because this is a special moment for us. We haven't been to the World Cup in 52 years, and I just published this. It's called One Ball, One World.
Oh,
uh, my,
wow.
my my latest children's book. So actually, what I did, I brought some cards with me and share with Haitians and also the opposing team. I'm like, if you have kids, this is an amazing book because it's about peace, hope, and the character, the main character, is a little boy from Haiti. Who has lost both parents to the violence. I mean, I don't get into details like that with them, but he's a little boy. He's 10, and he's lost both of his parents and to the violence, right? And he wants to uh, throughout the World Cup, he would like to talk to people around the world about how important peace is, and to use soccer in the World Cup as a platform for hope, peace, and resilience, and so on. So the character is not trying to be a victim. He's trying to use his circumstances to make a plea to leaders to not forget about the children, and that hope, dignity, and so on could be a part of the agenda for children. So the book is it actually had done very well on Amazon, was as a bestseller in the first week and stuff. So hopefully it could go
Ah,
places.
oh, that's great. Oh, okay. So it's been out for a little while. So enough
Just
to,
just a month.
oh,
Just a
just a
month.
month.
Yeah, it just came out on the 16th of May, so
Mm-hmm.
a little bit over a month, and it has a long way to go because it should be what we say should be a movement, not just a book, because it has this message. There's a poem in it where he writes about those themes, and peace, unity, and hope. That I have kids that have read it to different countries, and they share it and post it, and it's been such an experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And I mean, that's, it just fits into, this news today because this temporary humanitarian, protection status is about peace. It's about safety, for your people. How did this news hit you today?
So when I mean, I just found out a couple of hours ago, and read the part of the articles that the New York Times shared this morning. It's so unfortunate. I'm saying this on uh, two levels because first, I'm a person that's involved in a lot of things in Haiti. I have been involved, and I'm still involved with children, with in the medical field there, trying to help some folks. It's really hard because we know that the people that came here under a temporary protected status, they most of them are here to escape the chaos, the terror, like the kidnapping, the everything that's been going on there, and to come to the point where those people could, I hope they don't get sent back at this moment, but to just think about that they could be deported, they could be sent back home with all that's going on there. With there's no the general hospital has been closed for over a year. Most hospitals in Port-au-Prince are under-equipped or closed because of the gangs that occupy the two main highways, I would say the what we call the national highways to get access from Port-au-Prince to the north and the south. They're all blocked, and uh, uh, it's it's almost impossible to really think of a normal life under the current conditions, and that's why I think it would be so unfortunate. It would be so unfair, because those people really, if they're not here causing any problem, and it's just a situation that that puts them there. If the situation is not kind of at least a little bit, if it doesn't get better in Haiti, sending them there, it's like sending them to it's a matter of life and life and death, and sending them there would not be a good decision at all.
Are you, because you, when I talked to you earlier, you said something like you thought that maybe a little bit of humanity would have seeped into the decision making. Are you
It's
surprised or?
uh, to be honest with you, I've seen and heard so much recently. I'm not surprised. I thought that there would have been a tiny little fiber of humanity, of decency, and also empathy too. But it's hard to ask people here to put themselves in the shoes of folks in Haiti. I guess it's something that I would rather ask the leaders in Haiti. I don't want to just question one side and pretend that the main problem is here. The main problem is in Haiti, and the main problem is the Haitian government. Um,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
if the situation gets to a point where it deteriorates so much, so bad that people have to leave the country, I think within the country there should be structural decisions. There should be decisions to be made in order to create that environment where people could live at home without having to run away. Because a lot of these people that I talk to under temporary protected status, they don't necessarily want to stay here because some of them come with a profession, with their degree, and they can't find a job in their profession, so they end up going, driving driving taxis or doing Uber and other things, when those are like professionals that could contribute to Haiti's advancement, right? So asking them to go back to their country should not feel like a burden, should not feel like a bad thing, because Haiti needs them.
Yep.
It's the fact that the government is so um I don't I've used the word corrupt too much. I want to find a different term, because when you are in place, when you are elected, or well, those people unfortunately have not been elected, they have been put in place and kept in place by other countries, not Haitians. But at least since you swear on the Haitians, that you would protect them, that you would help create an environment where there would be elections, where they would have a normal government again. I mean, nothing concrete has been done within the last transitional government. Like they had the first transition, they had a prime minister that get ousted, and then there were the 9 people that they call the presidential council that came. They were mostly, unfortunately, into deep in corruption, and then they left this guy that's now here. I have no clue what he's doing. The prime minister Alex Vizeme, I have no clue because he's just traveling. I see him
Yeah.
going to visit the Pope. I see him going traveling everywhere, but the reality is nothing has been done to reestablish an environment where Haitians could go back home, because it's like they are sandwiched. Those Haitians here, they're like here, they don't want them here, and at home they can be safe.
Right, right. Do you think the US should be doing more to create a more stable environment in Haiti?
I do not think so. Like I'll be honest with you. I do not think so. I think the problem is for Haitians to resolve. I think the U.S. should leave the Haitians take care of their own country, because whenever something happens, there is a tendency of choosing somebody and shove it in the throat of Haitians. And unfortunately, there are for some reason they're always the corrupt ones. We have a lot of great Haitians that we would like to see take over the country, but now when uh, the U.S. envoys in Haiti publicly admit that they have conversation with the gangs, they are giving orders to the so-called government that's in place. It means that we are not in control, and if we're not in control, we if we're not in control, then how can the people? How can we get out of this? Because if the U.S. decided that okay, we're in control, we're gonna reestablish safety, we're gonna help the Haitian government
Mhm.
with the security problem, so we could send those Haitians back. That would be great, but they're not doing that.
Right. All right, right. And so Haitians need to be able to
Haitians need
control their own destiny.
Haitians need to be given the rights that they
Mhm.
have to make the decisions on how they want to resolve the problem. And uh, it's I do not expect the U.S. to go and fix the problem, because I don't think I'm not really sure it's in their interest. Because if it were, then they would have done it already. The problem of the gangs in Haiti, as a person that grew up in Haiti and I lived there my whole life, I know it's for me it's a little fiction. It's not something that can be. It's 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 something that if there is the decision to stop it now, like where do those weapons come from? Some some articles that I've read say that 80% of them are coming from the United States. So if we block the influx and we have a system in Haiti to control like the ports and like the customs and places where they could
Right.
get
Mhm.
the ammunition and the weapons and stuff, we could cut the problem by 50%. But if we can't, if they can't really come with a plan to say, okay, this is what we're gonna do, we're gonna help you guys, we're gonna have some real soldiers on the ground, and we're gonna give you this kind of this level of material to fight the gangs, then it lasts for too long.
Right, right.
It
Tell
can go
me
on for too long.
again, tell me again with the presence of the gangs, some of the things that go on there and how dangerous it is, and particularly for women.
Oh, I mean, I think there are a lot of data from mostly the United Nations when it comes to what happens to children and women. Because I'm always like, for me, I always tend to try to protect the children, because they don't have any way to fight for themselves, and I feel like I should be their voice. We all should be their voices. And the women, the young women, the things that happen that I cannot describe to you in this interview, that the gangs do with them, right? It's the like so much that we don't know. So let me go back to tell you what happens in Kinskov, which is the city where the village where I come from. When the gangs took over there in January of 2025, the school that I support there, and I'm still working with them because we did find a place to relocate the school. The gang took over the school. They burned people's houses. They so everybody fled and automatically became homeless. And uh, the women in our village usually they take care of their family. So now they don't have a home. The family is disrupted. The kids don't have a school, and the emotional toll on them is really uh, 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 at a level that you can't even imagine. So you can't feed your kids. There's no school, and they're not safe. If they're sick, you can't take them to the hospital because there's no hospital. Or if there's a hospital, you don't have any money. It's just chaos. It's just hard to even imagine. So things that happen to women in those situations because we I mean the United Nations have had numbers out there to describe the atrocities that happen to young girls in the hands
Wow.
the gang.
Mm,
It's
mm.
it's a very difficult situation, and this is actually from an area that I am from, right? That's the area I'm from, and last time we talked, I told you I lost two of my aunties. The gang have killed two of my aunties in that area.
Wow.
Yeah. So and I don't see an end to it.
Yeah,
That's the
that
scariest part.
that's the scariest part. And now, there's some articles that are saying that these deportations could happen rapidly with the Supreme Court decision. And I mean, do you feel like there is still some sort of way to stop this, or
I,
um,
I think I think the only thing that could be done is we talked about it a little bit, is a little bit of a fiber of humanity. I think people that are making those decisions should go to bed, think for 1 second. If it were any anyone anyone that they knew, a friend or somebody, it doesn't have to be a family member, somebody that they minimally care about, to know that they were going to a place that they might die or they might be the victim of all the things that the gangs have been doing to women, to men. They do all kind of atrocities to men as well. So do you think that some in a place like that you would send a human being that that if you could put yourself in a situation where you could just think about the fact that those are human being, and if you have a little bit of humanity left in you, I think it's an easy decision. It is very easy to make that decision if you have a little bit of humanity left. Sending those people would be an atrocious, it would be a very, it would be so unfortunate. I don't know, like,
yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
how to describe it. If they send those people back home, it would, the time is wrong.
Wow, wow. Um, and the last time you've been there, how long ago was that? I know you go to the Dominican. Um,
Yes, yes.
and
Last time I was in Haiti was, it's been 2 years, because I was there. Not quite, but I was there at the end of 2024. That was before the Port-au-Prince airport was closed. but the airport now has been closed since November of 2024. For me to go to Haiti to go to Kinskov right now, I would have to go around the country and go through places that are not safe, that my family wouldn't let me do that, and it wouldn't be wise either to do that. But when I went there, that was right before the gang took over the area. So now I cannot go to Haiti. I can't.
And that's gotta be painful. That's gotta feel very
Yes,
painful.
because daily I receive phone calls. I receive texts on WhatsApp and messages about my patients that I have there, and because they can find medications, because they can find help, and sometimes for those people who live all the way up in the mountains, I was the doctor. So I would go every 3, every 4 months to see them. And now I haven't been able to do that. So I try to help as much as I can, but because there's so many limitations, there's so many roadblocks that it's not really possible. I received a picture of a foot of one of the people that I was treating, and he got deteriorated. Now he needs an amputation, but he can't afford an amputation, but he can't really find where to get it done because there's no more possible salvaging for the leg. And he's just staying at home with the leg that needs to come out pretty much. That's the
Ugh.
situation. That's the situation that we're
Mm.
looking